Hey, it's been a privilege to watch you guys race. It's awesome stuff. So let's pray. Lord God, just thank you for this sunshine. Just pray for a good night of racing tonight. Keep us safe. These drivers and their crews, just to help them as they leave tonight or tomorrow to head home. Keep them safe when they travel home. In Jesus' name, amen. Good luck. Okay, once again, Mima, start getting ready. Thanks for all coming.
Caught up with Kelly Shyok, the 9-time champion of the USMTS. Kelly, I'm sure, not the qualifying that you wanted this week, starting 9th in the B.
No, I tell you, there's just a whole lot of fast cars here, and you just got to have everything so good. You know, the heat races, you know, we're just tough on a couple of them for us, and we had a pretty good car. You know, we haven't really been passed yet, but we just weren't able to pass enough cars, but we just keep working on it. Hopefully we can get in the show. We got 100 laps. Hopefully we can get in there and see what we can do.
I was going to say, this is one of them deals, man, you just want in there. 1,000 to start. I mean, heck, if you start in the back, I mean, that's still $1,000, which is not a bad payday, but 100 laps, plenty of time, you know, if the car's right for you to get up there.
Most definitely. You know, it takes so much money to travel. The $1,000 hopefully won't probably even break us even, so we definitely need the $1,000 to put back in the checking account, but we just want to, you know, have a chance at winning this race, and there's an awfully good cars in front of us, but if you get everything right, it can be done.
We talked, I think, the last time, which I didn't quite get the interview on the air, but anyway, boy, the young guys in this series are really coming on hard and really hard runners.
You know, what can you say, man? The Stormy Scotts, the Sanders, just a couple of the young guns. You know, the 99 car, he's going to be coming on here pretty soon, and there's so many of them. Heck, they could be my son, man. I'm just getting old, but we're not ready to give up yet. We're going to keep trying and see if we can still get a few feature wins throughout the year.
Well, Kelly, have some fun out there, man. I figure if anybody can come up through that B, it's got to be you, because, man, 9th spot, that ain't that far back. I don't know how many laps that B main's going to be, but get out there and pedal to the metal.
Well, I tell you, we just got to pass a few cars, and hopefully Sanders start behind us. Stormy's on the pole of the sea. You know, there's going to be a lot of cars coming, so, you know, we're in the show right now, but by the end of the race, we'll have to see where we're at.
Just hold position.
At least hold what we got going on right now.
Have fun, Kelly. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
The reigning King of America champion here at Humboldt Speedway, Stormy Scott. Stormy, man, I think you've got your work cut out for you tonight, starting on the outside of the C main.
Yeah, we do got our work cut out. We just need more luck than anything. We got an awesome race car, definitely. So I think we got one of the best cars here. So just need a lot of luck and the right brakes, and we're definitely by no means out of this thing yet.
Has the track changed? I mean, what was it? Just 3 weeks ago we were here, and man, you were a bullet out there. I mean, just really fast, had everything under control. Did something change on the track or car, or what's going on?
Well, I'm sure as everybody knows out there, we got disqualified for something the other night. So that's why we're so far back. It ain't that the car's been off, because we won two out of the 4 heat races we've been here, and the other ones we started 9th and ran 3rd in each of them. So we got a really good car. We just we're behind the 8 ball because of that.
Still not an impossible task. I mean, it's just one of those things that, like you say, you just got to get a few breaks. But, boy, there again, and starting in the back of the B, that's going to be even tougher. I mean, the C may not be a problem, but that B is going to be, it's loaded.
Yeah, there's some good cars in that B, but our car right now I feel like is better than when we were here last time. This car is, and we need some luck, but there definitely will. The A featured 100 laps, and I think we'll be there at the end, definitely.
Is it going to be really tough on equipment? I mean, that's definitely going to be 3 races you're going to have to run probably by the time you're done 150 laps. But can the equipment withstand all of that?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to stay on top of everything, and just, you know, when we come in and get a little time, look over stuff, and, you know, look over shocks definitely because of depending on how the racetrack is, and make sure that, you know, shocks are good, and, you know, there's little stuff we look at for stuff like that, and we did our maintenance today, all of our maintenance, so we'll be fine.
All I can say, Stormy, is, man, have some fun. and play the brakes.
Yeah, I will. We'll see what happens.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Caught up with one of the guys that's really been pretty quick this week. Just a little bit of bad luck there in one of the late heat races, or you would have been, I think, up in 12th place for that A main. But Joey Jensen out of Minnesota. Joey, man, having a good run this week.
Yeah, driver error last night, came in a little hot and got into chase. I want to apologize for that. Yeah, the car's been really good. We've been changing a little bit here and there and nothing drastic. We're pretty much on a standard setup, and we'll see what happens in the C feature. I got high expectations of making the show and still winning, so we'll give her.
Is it 6th starting spot in the C?
Yeah, we're starting 6th in the C, and then see what happens.
I was going to say, man, that B is loaded up. I was just over there talking to Shyok, and I think Sanders is in there. Stormy Scott's in there. Man, you're going to have to do some pedal work on that one, I think.
Yeah, definitely not going to be easy. These guys are all here to win, too, and I don't know. We'll just do our best and see what happens.
You had a big win up last year up there for that Jamboree, a 50-lapper. Any different strategy here tonight if you do get in that A? What do you think you'd be looking at? Boy, especially having to come from the back. That's going to be really tough there.
Yeah, these longer races, you kind of got to just maintain and cruise around for 50 to 60 laps and then go from there and just make sure you don't go a lap down, I guess, is the biggest deal. And stay on the lead lap and go from there.
Just a couple of breaks, man. That's all you need. You know, some of these guys get a little anxious sometimes, too, in them big money races like that. And then it's opportunity for you to take a chance and get through there if you can. But, man, Joey, have some fun tonight, and glad to have you down here at the Hummer.
Thank you very much. It's been a great opportunity.
Good weather. I'm sure glad of that.
Yeah, it's very nice. Better than Minnesota. I know that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
5th qualifier here tonight for the USMTS race here at the Hummer, Jason Hughes. Jason, a pretty good week. Looked like the car, boy, at times was just super fast.
Yeah, we started out a little sluggish there in that first heat race, and we kind of got in the wall and broke a shock mount off and run 5th, but then we come back and we had some pretty good heat races, won 3 the next heat races, so hopefully everything will go good for 100 laps and we can be there at the end.
I was going to say, 5th starting spot, man, that's not unrealistic with a 100-lap race out there. It's one of those things, and boy, I know you can do it, is just hanging around the front and being there when the opportunity comes.
Yeah, 100-lap race, a lot of guys hadn't run many of them. I think I've ran one, but you got to be there at the end, and I think to win this race, all you got to do is start it and get in there and be good enough to be there at the end.
All I can tell you, Jason, is have some fun out there, man. Any real pre-race strategy or anything any different on the car than what you've been doing all week?
No, we're going to try a little bit here in hot laps, and if it ain't very good, we're going to go right back to what we had last night and try to cruise around and finish all the 100 laps and be there at the end.
I know the B-mods are running right now. Have you had a chance to go and look at the track? I'm sure it's going to be wore down later. It's not going to be tacky because a shower went through last night, and it's probably pretty tacky right now, right?
Yeah, I haven't went up and looked at it yet. They're talking about maybe working the track. They're going to have to wait and see what it does. They don't want it to rubber up and be a one-lane deal, so I think they'll have a good racetrack anyway.
Once again, 5th place qualifier, Jason Hughes. Jason, have some fun, man.
Yeah, we're going to go out there and have a good time.
We got the 4th place qualifier here, Ryan Gustin. Ryan, not exactly, I don't think the week you wanted, even though you're 4th place qualifying.
Yeah, we were a lot better yesterday. We changed quite a bit. Found some stuff we've never tried before that worked out pretty good for us. Yeah, I suppose it turned out pretty good. I don't think really there's a better starting spot the second row outside for this deal. Kind of weight and not too far back. We got to burn your tires up. You ain't got to worry about getting past. So it's kind of ride around for the first 50 or 60 laps and go race after that, I suppose.
Do you like the long races? Is this something you really like to do?
Well, I think one of the longest ones we raced was 75, and we won it last year. So hopefully we can do this deal and win 100.
I know you haven't sat in that big chair yet. I'm sure you're looking forward to doing that and having the crown and the cape and all that. Actually, besides the $10,000 prize money, you really this is almost like the Daytona 500 for the USMTS.
Yeah, it's a prestigious race, that's for sure. I think the biggest one's probably the World up there at Deer Creek, but this is definitely the second biggest, that's for sure.
A great time here. Weather's held out for us. It looks like we're going to get it in tonight. Any pre-race strategy, like you say, just kind of hang around and be there at the end? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Just keep the right front and right rear squared up. Don't get her too sideways the first 50, and then get after it the last 50, I suppose.
Hey, Ryan, have some fun, man.
Thank you.
Got the third place qualifier, Jeremy Payne, and Jeremy, man, pretty good week of running here.
Yeah, it's been not too bad. You know, the first night was really good for us. The track was pretty slick, and that's how I like them. And we had some good runs there. Got ahead in the points, and yesterday we kind of just maintained. Didn't have a very good run in the first heat. Ran better in the second heat. So starting third with 100 laps, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a long race.
Is this qualifying system a little bit tougher than what it was last year?
It's all tough, you know, when you have 100 cars and the quality of cars that are here, but it definitely kind of nerve-wracking, you know. It's you're pretty cautious out there in those heats because one bad heat and it's going to ruin your weekend, so you just got to try to maintain there. We had a left front tire going down in the second heat on the first night, and I was just lucky, you know, we didn't have a yellow and barely made it without having. Otherwise, you know, I don't know where I would have been. So it's a little bit different, the points system.
You know, for qualifying third, I'm noticing, man, we got a lot of heads of state here, so to speak. We had a guy from Roush, got the shock man here, and we got a GRT guy. Just some last-minute stuff. I mean, yeah, 10 grand on the line. I guess you know you want all the advice or whatever you can get, I suppose.
Oh yeah, it's great. You know, the support here we got this weekend. Trying to make sure everything's right here for this 100-lapper. We got Joe from GRT, we got Denny from Integra Racing Shocks, and Andy from Roush Yates. So hopefully we can put the pieces together and get a win.
What is it going to take, if it's any different than any of the rest, but what is it going to take for this Roush power to make a difference on that track? I mean, could we have a heavy track later on?
Depends on what they do with it later, you know, but I hope not. I hope it's slick and so where we can race on it right away and have 100 laps of good racing. But if it does heavy, I got plenty of power for that, and it's smooth enough for the slick. So we're covered on all ends. And
you'll be up front. Don't have to work your way up. That's hard to do on a heavy track.
Yeah, we're starting up front, which is a plus. So hopefully we can ride for a little while and then take off at the end.
Now you had some success here just a week or two ago. I think you won the A main. Did you learn something then that's helped you out so far here this week?
Yeah, we came over and did a little testing, and we figured some things out. So it's definitely put us at a little bit of a heads up, you know, for this weekend. So hopefully it pays off.
I was thinking that about Stormy Scott here 2 or 3 weeks ago when he blew everybody away, and he's in the B main. So I guess maybe the more current you can be with the track, better you are.
Oh, he had a little trouble there in one of his heats, but he's going to be tough. He runs good here, and he was real fast at that last race up here, so he'll be tough to beat.
Have some fun, Jeremy, from that third spot, man. Looking for you to put her up there. I was just telling Perky, boy, southeast Kansas and southwest Missouri, everybody's up here in the first 2 rows.
Yeah, that's pretty good to come around here, you know, kind of a local track, so to speak, so to represent pretty good. I just got to thank my sponsor, you know, Randy Davidson Trucking from Kansas City, Algar Incorporated, and everyone that helps me out.
Okay, man, have fun.
Thank you.
Got second qualifier here for the USMTS race down here at the Hummer, Al Perky. Al, man, you might say this has been a pretty good week for you guys.
Yeah, it's just we come here, practice just a little bit, got a couple sessions of practice in, and just things was going really well from the beginning. You know, the format really kind of suited me. You know, use a little experience and kind of get up through there and have 4 good heat races, and got lucky on one of them, and you know, just got 4 of them put together, and here we are.
I'll say quite a turnaround from last year. I remember when you guys showed up last year. I think it was, man, you just almost kind of come out of retirement or something, hadn't you? And the car was probably not quite what you wanted for racing last year.
Well, when we came here last year, the car was brand new. I mean, we came here whatever day we came on. We finished it, you know, at midnight the night before, or 3 in the morning the night before, actually. And, you know, first time we raced it, no practice, whatever. And you know, we ended up getting in the show, and I'm, you know, proud of that. But you know, we weren't a threat to win it, and we had some problems in the show. But, you know, as far as for first time out in it, wasn't too bad, and a year makes a lot of difference.
Explain the two friends in the junk. Man, I seen that coming around. I thought, man, that's pretty neat. I kind of like that.
Well, it's a
must be the national anthem.
yeah, it's a little deal that my wife has put together. It's a craft junk type, show that mainly for women. We have a lot of men too, but she's done a couple of them. They've went really well. We've got another one coming up in April in Dewey, Oklahoma, and then we got a fall schedule coming up where we got 4 shows. And she works really hard at it. It's quite a big deal. Got a lot of fans out there for that, and so we decided to put it on the side of the race car, and here we are.
Got to be thrilled with that front row starting position. I think one of the things that's kind of grabbed me a little bit is we got 2 late model drivers up there on the front row. Boy, you and Terry Phillips are really familiar with each other. It's not going to be anything like you don't know what's going to happen up there.
Well, Terry's an old friend, and we're still friends, good friends. In fact, got to thank him a little bit. He gave me a point or two here on this thing over the winter and helped us out a ton. And ironically, it's kind of funny. We're up there on the side of him, and he made a joke last night that maybe he shouldn't have did what he did. But here we are. We're going to get the race, and the only thing I can tell you, it'll probably be a good race into turn 1.
Answer me this. How about what's your thought process for the race? Like you say, you definitely want to stay up front and be in that position up there where you can win from up there. But man, 100 laps, it's going to take a long ride and just hanging in there.
Well, it's going to take a really good, balanced race car where you don't have to overuse the tires, so they'll turn and all that without abusing the right rear tire. And hopefully we're working towards that. We've got that, and we can go at a pace where we can stay up there in the top 3 or 4 cars and maintain, for 50, 60, 70 laps, and hope have something left. It doesn't really make any difference how fast you are. The first 10 laps are going to write the check who's ahead at the end, and that's what we want to be there at the end. Have enough race car left, last 20 or 30 laps where we can race, and hopefully it'll all work out.
Well, Al, you were kind of what we might say king of the late model racing for around here for a while. So, man, if you win this thing, it'd only be fitting if you actually got crowned and got to wear that cape and sit in that big chair for being the King of America. Like I say, just kind of another feather in your hat, really, because, man, you've won a bunch of races over the years.
Well, I really haven't even thought about that, but we just came here to do good, be respectable, and it worked out good. And being a racer, you don't ever sit down in that seat when you don't think about winning. And we've put ourselves in good shape here. It's far from over. Still got a lot of work left to do. A lot of talented young guys out there, along with Terry and Jason Hughes and guys like that. And it's going to be a good race, and I think it'll be a tremendous race to watch. Nothing I'd like better than get the lead and just stink it up, but being realistic, that's probably not going to happen.
All I can say, Al, is, man, go out there and have some fun, and I know you'll give Southern Kansas some good representation out there. A lot of Southern boys here. Got Phillips and Payne from over there around Springfield, and you're at Coffeyville, if I'm right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it would. It'd be nice to keep all this money in Kansas. We live in Kansas, race in Kansas, but, like I say, a lot of work left to do. We've had a good week so far, so we'll see what happens.
Have fun, man.
Thank you.
Well, Terry, I think we were kind of sitting almost in this same position last year. You were up toward the front. Things didn't go so well. Mechanical breakdown last year. What happened?
I guess I had a wreck in front of me there, and had a big spin out stuff, and I was going around and somebody gassed it up and shot out in front of me. I jumped on the brakes real hard, broke a caliper mount.
Qualifying for these big races, man, you seem to be able to figure out what it is that you got to do to qualify for these big races. Is there any real secret to it?
No, you just got to be patient mainly and try to be as fast as you can and patient as you can. Time to go, and then just try not to get in any wrecks or something, because there's some good cars like in the C that should be up front, but they had one bad heat race, something happened to them, so just a lot of luck, really.
Did you like this new qualifying system this year better than last year?
I don't know about that. Like I said, if you have a little bad luck, you're in big trouble. So, the way they did it last year, you qualify, you kind of make your own destiny more than this deal. So, I mean, you do on this as well, but just less chance of getting tore up if your car's decent.
I think I asked you a question similar to this last year. As far as setting the pace, man, 100 laps, what's going to dictate how fast you're going to go? Or do you kind of lay back? If somebody pushes, you go faster? What's going to dictate the pace here for this race tonight?
You just, where you're comfortable going, try not to do something stupid mainly, try not to slide the car as much as you can, and, make sure you got it there at the end is the main deal.
I was going to say, it's the end where the money is, right? I know you've already pulled down a couple of big wins this year. Of course, this would be another big feather in the hat, and one you haven't won. So I'm sure you really would like to get this one as close to home, too.
Yeah, I mean, I like coming over here. It's a really neat deal, a lot of good cars, a lot of fans, so it makes it exciting. So, got big money on the line. I like to try to be up front when it comes down to it.
One final question. Have you practiced any on getting up in that big chair? Man, that thing's pretty tall, Terry. You may have to put a big hop on that thing.
Yeah, no practice. I just hope they have a tall ladder. I'm not, my horizontal, or my vertical leap is probably a little shorter than a lot of people's.
Okay, Terry. Have some fun out there tonight, man. Always a pleasure to watch you run. Of course, like I say, another good qualifying deal for some big money. Have fun, Terry.
Matt Dodson in the 88B. Forest Lake, Minnesota, it will be the Pet Lodge V2 of Joey Jensen.
Next up in front of them will be Terry Schultz and the number 90 alongside of him, Lucas Schott in the 69.
Looking at row number 10 will be Jason Cummins out of New Richland in the LMDA car 71. And then we will find Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas in the Kinrad Swan Energy Mars-built custom car number 20.
Row number 9, 85 of Tom Tillis, and to his inside will be Ron Jones in the 77K.
Moving to row number 8, here we go, last year's feature winner here for the King of America, Stormy Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in car 2S, and alongside Humboldt Speedway, King of America 1 winner, Kelly Schrock. What a row we've got back there in row number 8 in car number 3.
Row number 7 from Southern New Mexico Speedway, you find Fito Gallardo in the G17. Alongside of him, it'll be the 4R of Derek Ramirez.
And now moving on to our row 6 here tonight. Again, out of Manhattan, Kansas, the Shop Quick Convenience Stores car number 18. It's Chase Youngins outside. And from Corpus Christi, Texas, we'll find the 89 of Steve Whitaker Jr.
Row number 5 looks like this out of Spring, Texas. It'll be Chris Brown in the Hughes chassis number 21. To his inside in a GRT, Dustin Boney out of Gower, Missouri.
Here we go, row number 4. It'll be the Z-Man from New Sharon, Iowa. In the Sunoco Racefields 33Z, it's Zach Vanderbeek. And alongside, in Ramirez Motorsports 1ST Pro-powered Hughes chassis from Arroyo Hondo, New Mexico, Johnny Scott.
By way of Las Cruces, New Mexico, we find young Jacob Gallardo in the J17 outside of row number 3. And to his inside, 2010 United States Modified Touring Series champion and 9-time main event winner here at the Humboldt Speedway out of Watts, Oklahoma, Jason Hughes in the 12.
Row number 2. Again, your current and national champion in the 2012 series for the United States Modified Touring Series drivers from Marshalltown, Iowa, in Aggresso Racing, Ibach Springs. The Reaper, Ryan Gustin, outside of row number 2, inside of row 2. Again, from Springfield, Missouri. Again, in car 186, that Roush Yates powered, the 186, Jeremy Payne, inside of row 2.
And for our front row this evening, we have a pair of veterans up here. No matter what they get behind the wheel of, these two guys can get it done, and they are 100-lap veterans. This will be interesting to see how it all plays out. Your outside pole setter will be Al Perky, the Shark, out of Coffeyville, Kansas in the 33. And starting tonight from the pole in the Andy's Frozen Custard GRT number 75, legendary driver out of Springfield, Missouri, Terry Phillips.
This is what it's boiled down to. When they come around off of turn 4, I want to hear some noise here tonight as they salute you, great race fans coming out, enjoying this motorsport activity. Let's make some noise as they come around off of turn 4. Get jacked up, cranked up. The King of America 24 car A-Main qualifiers.
bombs now.
Whoa. Woo! How do you like me now? That's a heat wave. Take the Carhartts off. We're good to go. Holy buckets. I got flash bombed up here. Exactly. We started with 97 cars when we dropped them out of the haulers on Wednesday, and it's come down to these 24. And the second time off of turn 4, we find a green flag. Down the back straightaway, Terry Phillips will put the GRT machine by Phillips on the point. Jeremy Payne battles with Perky for second. Jason Hughes now in the number 4 spot as he battles up with Gustin. Gustin will pull back into 4. Class 1 in the books. And down the back straightaway, Terry Phillips with a 4-car length lead.
Doesn't take long at all for Terry Phillips to get out and get out front. Former stablemate Jeremy Payne in that 186, currently residing in that second spot. But don't look now. Here comes the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper. Ryan Gustin up to the 3rd spot.
Reaper going past Perky. Worried about fuel? No problem. They can run 100 laps on gas. The only thing we concern is tires. Tires. Can you save your tires? Burn them off. Blaze them over. And right now, it is Terry Phillips showing the way to Payne, Gustin, Perky, and Jason Hughes, your top 5.
Not much change inside the top 5 early on, but several drivers showing their muscle here. Look at Johnny Scott out of Southern New Mexico Speedway veteran up on that high side of the 1ST, having a great battle with New Sharon, Iowa driver Zach Vanderbeek in the 33Z.
And Dustin Boney as well. Pairs up with a 21 and Chris Brown. Brown in the 21. You see Boney is R22.
Ryan Gustin the fastest on the track last 2 laps.
We checked the lap time, and the last 2 laps around, Ryan Gustin has been quickest on the lap timer as the caution flag flies here this evening. What's it for?
Stormy.
Stormy Scott, last year's winner of the King of America with 5 laps completed, brings out our caution flag here tonight. As Terry Phillips, Jeremy Payne, Ryan Gustin, Al Perky, Jason Hughes, top 5. Looking farther back into the field, you see Vanderbeek.
89,
Again in the 33Z, the 1ST of Johnny Scott. Chris Brown, 21. Dustin Boney at 22. As the field comes past single file, there's the 17 car again here tonight, Jacob Gallardo. Boney, then Whitaker, then Jacob Gallardo, then comes Chase Young, Derek Ramirez, Kelly Trott, Tom Tillotson, Ron Jones, Rodney Sanders, Joey Jensen,
Changing the left
Jason
rear
Cummins,
right now.
Lucas Schott, Terry Schultz, and Matt Dodson. There you go. There's your test of your drivers here tonight. And where they sit, front row falls back into 4th. But as we said, 95 laps to go. A long ways as they get into turn 3. Now they throttle it up and we're back underway. Back again, the green flag action. Dustin Boney now coming up on Johnny Scott farther back in car 22 as they work into turn 3. Ryan Gustin going up to work with Jeremy Payne as a 3-car length lead for Terry Phillips in the 75.
Keep an eye on the high side. Ryan the Reaper Gustin, no stranger to running up high. That driver just gets into the corners a whole lot harder than the rest of the field, and you can certainly see it paying off as Gustin now tries to get a run. He says, Jeremy Payne, I'm coming by you whether you try to squeeze play me or not. And Ryan Gustin now challenges for second.
Trying to get a run. He's like a 22 against a high-powered rifle. Lost the drive. This car gets off of turn 2. That I-box straight connection. And you've got the Reaper into second. Payne to third. Jason Hughes now runs in 4th, and Al Perky the top 5. Just as he was running high before, now Gustin decides to try that low groove, see how that feels. Well, at 1 and 2, it didn't feel so good. He goes back upstairs, diamonds off of turn 4 with Payne in tow.
second spot. He had made it up to 6, drifted back one more spot there as the battle of the 33s in front of him between Al Perky and Zach Vanderbeek, Lon.
Exactly. Chris Brown out of Spring, Texas. The Brown Shane Power, car number 21. We'll keep an eye on him as he tries to hold his way forward. Gallardo in the G17, Jacob in the J17. Kelly Trott battled with Johnny Scott. And Kelly Trott now up at turn 4. And they're 3 wide with Jay Shovin. And then you see Steve Whitaker Jr. directly behind in car 89. 13 here. Coming to lucky lap 13. Terry Phillips continues to lead. Gustin in second. Payne third. Hughes fourth. Vanderbeek top 5.
One of the best battles of the Speedway, Lon. Father and son, Vito Gallardo and young Jacob Gallardo going at it for 9th and 10th. Those drivers trying to hang on to that top 10 run here early on. Now Ryan Gustin, you see him, Lon, has dropped down to that low side. He made his move to get up to second on the high side, has now dropped down low.
Dropped down to the bottom, and again, he's going to go to the bottom in 3 and 4, trying to almost be right down in the side for that Mullins powered huge chassis. Trying to run down the GRC connection. The 75 car of Terry Phillips, Hatfield, horsepower. Jeremy Payne in third. Hughes is fourth, but here comes Vanderbeek now. Zach Vanderbeek, thank you very much. And that huge chassis, Sputz powered. Proline Building, Casey's General Store, now working over the 12 car of Jason Hughes. Here tonight, but we have got things going on, and it's going to be called a lap of traffic. In about 3 more laps, we're going to be coming up on the back end of Matt Dodson, who started shotgun on the field, and Phillips is now within 3 car lengths of putting him a lap down.
And just in front of Dodson, last year's winner, Stormy Scott, having trouble getting that car back up to speed after that earlier pit for a flat tire there on the left rear. So Stormy Scott, after Matt Dodson, would be the next car to go a lap down, as well as Terry Schultz. Now, it will be interesting when we see those guys get there to see what lines they take and who will go up or down, and if that will have any effect on the man behind them.
Exactly. Drivers given the hold your line sign. Hold your groove where you're at. Don't be diving in and out. And here comes Phillips now inside of Dodson.
21 this time.
I mean, time by the way, comes any quicker or no? 21 right there.
They're pretty close. 5-4, 5-2. 17, 5-4, 17, 5-2.
Terry Phillips into turn 3. Ryan Gustin is beginning to, well, reel him in just a bit. But Jeremy Payne in third. Car 186, Zach Vanderbeek in fourth. Jason Hughes now back to fifth in car 12.
And Al Perky, the Shark, going backwards in this one. Kind of unusual to see the Shark going backwards early on in this. He's about ready to fall out of the top 10. He's going to need to get that car up and moving here pretty quickly, or he'll fall back to the mid-pack of this race. And so far, so good on green flag action here. A fast-paced event with Terry Phillips well in command.
Dustin Boney got a nice car here tonight. And they go down into turn number 3. And that's the race we're watching right now. A little bit of bump tank with Perky into 33.
Don't look now, Lon, but Terry Phillips has company. Ryan the Reaper Gustin has caught him. Watch him off of turn 4. Ryan the Reaper able to get around Terry Schultz, the next car to go a lap down, and he is now right on the back bumper. Will he give him the chrome horn to get him out of the way, or will he even need to right here? Gustin goes down low. Here he comes, Lon.
Here we go, and that puts a move on. Look at the drive for Ryan Gustin. Going inside of Phillips. They go past Derek Ramirez. Now comes the last year's feature winner, Stormy Scott. Not even halfway, and he's looking to go in a lap down.
Unbelievable turn of events now with Stormy Scott threatening to go a lap down as Ryan the Reaper Gustin takes it up on the high line, brings it around once again, able to maintain his lead over Terry Phillips.
I tell you what, when there's money on the line, Ryan Gustin, no better behind the wheel in that 19R. Terry Phillips, he is out of this check. Third place remains Jeremy Payne, and Zach Vanderbeek is now tracked him down to 33C.
Zach Vanderbeek started this event back in the 8th position, has gained 4 spots to make his way now inside of the top 4. It's still Gustin, Phillips, Payne, New Sharon, Iowa, Zach Vanderbeek inside the top 4. Jason Hughes currently runs in 5th with Chris Brown in the 6th position.
And as you said, very tough spots here tonight. You get to the front of this field, you better have your A game on and ready to hang on. 100 lapper here tonight. As Gustin continues to lead this field down the back straightaway. Phillips right there with him. And he's going to look inside. Watch this as they come off of turn 4. Phillips dives to the bottom. They've got Ron Jones directly ahead. The 77K and the Reaper says, let's make some time upstairs. Phillips says, I don't think so. That's a bad move. And Gustin says, oh boy, you're right. I better get back after them. Off of turn 4. Gallardo now. And now you see the 71, Jason Cummins in the LNDA got a new Richland. Goldie infield, we say green.
One lap, Jeff.
23 here.
Coming to lap 33. Gustin now back to the bottom. Phillips says, well, if you can make it do it, why can't I? Ryan said, go ahead, and it didn't work for Terry. He falls back 5 car lengths. And they are going to be right up on the Sanders now. Lucas Schott in a 69 and Kelly Schott in car 3. How wicked of a pace are these drivers setting? When you are on the money, it's like driving a Cadillac against a Volkswagen. And right now, it's Cadillac style for the 19 of the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Here comes Phillips back on the inside as they come up on Lucas Schott. Gustin just about punched the wall again as they come to the front straightaway. Car length is the Reaper.
Great battle between these two guys. A young gun going at it with a veteran, and Ryan the Reaper Gustin right now has set his sights on Lucas Schott to put him a lap down. Reaper goes up high, way up on the high side. Phillips chooses to stay down low. Now Zach Vanderbeek and Jeremy Payne getting together a little bit, swapping a little sheet metal over here in corner number 3. That's another great battle to keep your eye on. The 186, the 33, and now Jason Hughes in the 12 sneaking up there as well.
And they keep after that. Chris Brown is liking to see this. Car 21 as he comes forward. And right now, Ryan Gustin has opened up, well, let's say the biggest advantage, 3, 4, 5 car length as he rips it off at turn 2. Ryan Gustin coming up now on Kelly's Rock in car number 3.
Where we at, Jeff?
Johnny Scott directly ahead of him. And you see the 85 of Tom Tillinson Jr.
Coming for 40. 40 here.
Coming for 40.
Coming to lap number 40. 10 laps shy of the halfway mark. As Gustin continues to show the way, Phillips will stay right in his pocket. The 75 car. Third place again is Payne, and Zach Vanderbeek will reload the 33Z and give that another try. Gustin drifts a bit high off of turn 2. Here comes Phillips, car 75. Bottom group, Gustin again on the top side by a car length. At the start line, back down in the groove. Bottom side burning in a 19 and Ron Jones off the pace. The 77K car out of Princeton. Continues to be the 19 car of Ryan Gustin. Phillips, low groove off of turn 4, and now you see Gustin go back upstairs as Shryock, Steve Whitaker Jr., Tom Tillinson battle directly ahead of your leader, and it is a log jam as they come off of turn 4, and Derek Ramirez pulls in the 4R.
So tough break there for Ramirez in the 4R as we have our top 5 drivers now all on the same straightaway. So will this lap traffic? They're 3 wide in front of your leader, Kelly Shryock, Tom Tillison. Those 2 drivers battling out right in front of your leaders. Here comes Gustin on the high side, Phillips down low. Kelly Shryock and Gustin nearly collide down the front straightaway as those drivers try to maneuver around.
Shryock scoots up the hill. Phillips drives past. Here comes Gustin now. Coming to the bottom.
47 at time.
Tillotson on his outside. Here comes Steve Whitaker Jr. now. Directly ahead as Gustin goes back to the bottom in turn 1.
Is that a bar down there in the middle of line
49 laps next time by halfway home as Ryan Gustin
This time by is halfway.
The biggest advantage we've seen as he rumbled way up towards the wall. Right now, lap number 50 at the halfway mark. Gustin, your leader.
And don't look now, but Jeremy Payne is starting to come to life here as they thread their way through that lap traffic. He's got business there with New Sharon Iron with Zach Vanderbeek as well. Kelly Shryock trying to maintain every bit of speed he can to stay with the leaders in case of a caution. Ryan the Reaper Gustin, Terry Phillips, Jeremy Payne, Zach Vanderbeek, Chris Brown now has moved inside the top 5.
What a battle there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6th. And Hughes follows. Chris Brown back through. Vanderbeek, Jeremy Payne in 3rd. And your leader, back in turn number 1 is Ryan Gustin. Ryan Gustin, new crew chief on board in a 19R in Agresso Racing. And what a setup they've put together here tonight, a combination, and they are now pulling away from Terry Phillips. Payne in 3rd. Car of Steve Whitaker Jr. in between with Vanderbeek in the 33C.
Ryan the Reaper Gustin now threatening to put our 12th place runner, Rodney Sanders, a lap down. Sanders will be the next car to go a lap down. And Al Sharkey nearly gets up into the wall here as he lets the 33 Shark chassis machine drift up just a little bit too high, barely scraping the wall. 55 laps complete, that time by 45 remain.
Berkey just about knocked it again. Started on the front row and, well, missing the setup just a bit here tonight, but still hanging on.
7th.
As they come back around here tonight. Off of turn 2 again is Gustin showing the way. Phillips, let's make it 8 car lengths back with Tom Tillotson in between in the 85 car. Lap after lap action here at Humboldt Speedway. Racetrack spot on. Joey Jensen battles farther back in the B2 car. And Ryan Gustin has now caught Rodney Sanders. And Marsville Custom car number 20.
Joey Jensen gets around Chase Jungins. That's a battle for 9th and 10th. Close action there. Dustin Boney now has slipped outside the top 10, currently running 11th. And Rodney Sanders now under threat of going a lap down from the Reaper. Ryan Gustin as Gustin takes the high road around Rodney Sanders in that number 20 machine.
He is there with him. Dustin Boney will be the next victim to fall prey to the Reaper. Just like he got in the car, who's next? Everybody. There is no mercy. He won't quit up on the wheel in that Agresso Racing machine. The Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Ryan Gustin started outside of row 2 and in command of this race. And you see the 20 car, Rodney Sanders, pulls down the infield. And we stay green flag racing, so Sanders' side is complete.
What lap, Jeff?
62 right there. 62 laps completed. 62 in the books here tonight. We have one caution so far.
That was just a restart. Yeah. Terry Phillips threaded his way through Tom Tillison and Dustin Boney. Now there's no cars in between him and race leader Ryan Gustin. So can Phillips close the door here a little bit? Chase Jungan's currently running in that 10th spot. The next car to go a lap down, and Ryan the Reaper Gustin nearly gets into him there, trying to put a lap on him. Things are getting intense up front between Gustin and another car about to go a lap down. Gustin now makes the pass that time to set sail.
Gustin on the turn 4. How close was that to bye-bye? Gustin continues to lead. Phillips in second. And Payne just annihilate this field. Ryan Gustin, he is up there in, well, no man's land. Nobody else has ventured to try and hang on. He'll knock the spoiler right off that thing. And it won't matter. It won't affect him as they rumble down the back straightaway. Phillips, well, has he just been saving the car, saving the tires? Terry Phillips, no dummy when it comes to 100-lap features. Ryan Gustin, well, he's just like getting his feet wet. Yeah, in a big way. No quit here, and he leads by 2 car lengths.
And Lon, you could bet when Phillips gets behind Ryan the Reaper Gustin like that, Ryan Gustin knows he is there. He can feel it inside that car, and he knows that it's likely the 75 of Terry Phillips that's given him fits to try to take home the King of America. One car in the wall up here, but we stay green flag racing. Chase Jungan's having a little bit of a problem. He's able to keep it righted.
Chase Jungan in the shop convenience store. And here comes Vanderbeek. Now looking up another spot. There is the 21 of Chris Brown. And Terry Schultz pulls to the infield in car number 90. And we come to lap number 70. Look at this for the lead. 30 laps now to go.
So Lon, it's down to a 30-lap dash to the finish. Just like a feature with a bonus of 5 laps here, 30 more laps coming around. It'll be 29 the next time by. It's a 2-man race up front for the King of America.
Indeed it is, Sam. And look at this. That Andy frozen custard, it must be revitalized because Phillips now is looking up a turn 2 within a car length. And they have got clean track ahead as these two look to decide it. The best in the modified business here tonight at Humboldt Speedway.
Now, will those two drivers get so busy with one another that Jeremy Payne will sneak up there? Payne is right there. He is the next car that needs to get around Tom Tillison to have any shot at taking the victory home here tonight. If he can get around there and those two leaders get to racing each other, we could have a new and exciting race. Al Perkey now with problems on over here off of corner 2.
Perkey in the 33 car, again slowing on the back straightaway, and there you go. There is our first caution from after the restart. You tell me these guys can't drive. You tell me they aren't the best in business. I'll bet you any time, any place. And we'll take a look to see just how many laps are complete. And Ryan Gustin leads. Terry Phillips, Jeremy Payne, Zach Vanderbeek. Then you find Chris Brown, Jason Hughes in cars.
So pretty much like a Saturday night feature here, usually around 25 laps. This one, 27 laps remaining. Now, who knows what has happened as these cars have been running at a slower pace. These tires can sometimes be tricky on these guys during these cautions.
Yeah, these tires will glaze up in a heartbeat. Well, we're going to find who's kept them well, who's got them clean, who's got them glazed, and who's ready to win. King of America 3, we're back underway. Jeremy Payne said, it's my best time to shine, and Terry Phillips, see ya. You have got JP, Jeremy Payne now to second, Phillips back to third, and Gustin will bring him down the boulevard, your leader.
Look at Chris Brown, the lone car trying out that high side. Can he make it pay off? It certainly looks like he may as he gets around Terry Phillips. Here comes Chris Brown.
Chris Downtown Brown out of Spring, Texas. Roush Yates powered, bringing it to the front. And I think we just found out what happened to tires. Terry Phillips going the wrong direction. Vanderbeek says, works for Chris Brown. How about me? Here comes Joey
Jeremy Payne. Jeremy Payne now will challenge for the lead off of 4, but Gustin hangs on to it. One car slows. It's Zach Vanderbeek has a little bit of trouble off 4. And Lon, this one's really shaping up.
I told you, it is going to get exciting. Don't you go anywhere. You paid for a full seat, but you're going to be on the edge. As 5-car freight train breakaway coming to the line, and it is Gustin showing the way.
Joey Jensen.
Yeah, look at Joey Jensen. Where'd he start? 23rd. And this kid has got the Pet Lodge crate racked up and storming. I mean, from 23rd to 4th.
And now challenging for 3rd as he can keep that car down on the low side. Joey Jensen right there going to try to challenge Chris Brown, who's way upstairs. And Joey Jensen will take over that 3rd spot. Reaper still up on the high side. Payne doing everything he can down low.
We watched earlier in the C feature. We didn't know if Jensen was even going to make it into the B. And now look at trying to crack the top 3.
What lap?
And look at this now. Gustin opens it up over Payne. Huge. Going down the max straightaways. They come to the line. 80 laps complete. 20 to go.
Inside of that 20 to go window long here, we got a barn burner shaping up for the 2nd and 3rd positions. Jeremy Payne, Chris Brown takes over 3rd. Jensen currently running 4th. Terry Phillips slips back to 5th, but don't count him out just yet. And Jason Hughes slows down over here off of corner number 2. We may get another caution. Indeed we do, Lon. The caution flies for Jason Hughes.
You can see that left rear quarter, and I don't know if he's got a tire down, but Jason Hughes out of Watts, Oklahoma, one of the favorites who started 5th on the grid here tonight, brings out our 3rd caution here tonight. And Jeremy Payne, what a start he got as he blew past Terry Phillips. Joey Jensen, though, is the man that we're going to be talking about. 23rd on this field. Dead last row, and he is now to 4th. And we're not over. The best in open wheel modified, I don't care where you go. I see it all the time. We take these guys for granted, but what a talent-laden field we've got on hand here tonight. And they are living up to the billing. And Ryan Gustin, Progresso Racing, iBox Spring, Mullen Powered, Roush Yates, GRT. 186, the Brian Birch Motorsports, Davidson Trucking of Jeremy Payne, Chris Brown against 40 Roush Yates Powered.
Stop who?
That Hughes chassis again is setting in 3rd. And then we will see Joey Jensen, the V2 car, Terry Phillips, the Not Bad Motorsports, New Vision Graphics, Andy's Frozen Custard. At this time, high groove or bottom groove? We're going to find out here as he will come off of turn 4.
Here comes Hughes.
Jason Hughes will be coming back on the track.
Looks like a right rear.
It looks like he will take the high side, put Chris Brown inside, and we get ready to fire back up this A-main feature. We get down or left?
I think was it 81 we got to, or 80? 80, 20 to go.
Here we go.
80 laps down, 20 laps to go. Here we go. It's B feature, lap action, distance. But it ain't going to be for long as we get set to turn them loose. Chris Brown inside, Jeremy Payne outside. Gustin brings him off a turn 4. We're back underway.
Ryan Gustin gets upset on that car, and that's going to give a run to Jeremy Payne, but Gustin knew he was coming, but here comes Chris Brown. Chris Brown darts to the front.
Wow, what a drive for Chris Brown. Car 21, he's got it. He's a 2nd. Payne back to 3rd. And Gustin so far has held off all challengers, but it ain't over. Looks like he just takes a bit to get up on the wheel, and now Gustin decided, I better move it. And he is there.
Lonnie got the car just a bit upset, and that was enough for Chris Brown to get that run, but recovers quickly in that 19 machine. Great job by the Progresso Racing Machine 19 of Ryan the Reaper Gustin, Chris Brown, Jeremy Payne, your top 3. Phillips bounces back to 4th.
Chris Brown started 10th on the grid, sits in 2nd. 3rd place is Jeremy Payne, Terry Phillips. Now back to 4th, and Joey Jensen. Rifle back into the number 5 spot. Vanderbeek trying to charge back the 33 car. Sits into number 6 spot, and here we go.
Joey Jensen up in the wall on the high side in between 3 and 4. He's able to keep it going. Now he's under pressure from Zach Vanderbeek. That is for a top 5 position, so tough break for Joey there late in the fence.
Exactly. And just as we thought these guys were going to be right there with Gustin, he just gets a drive off in turn 2. And I mean, that's where he is making up ground here tonight. A huge chassis running 1-2. Horsepower department, Mullins in the frame rails of the 19. Chris Brown sporting Roush shades. And then you see the GRT with Roush shades. And the old tire sponsor, car 186.
And Lon, this is about the most comfortable lead Ryan Gustin has had over about the last 30 to 35 laps. Now about an 8-car length advantage over our runner-up battle between Chris Brown and Jeremy Payne.
Just a driver. No quit in this kid whatsoever. Ryan Gustin, as we said, 2012 national champion, and showing why. When you put the big money rounds on, this kid is there.
Where are we at, Jeff?
87 down. 88,000. Leads. Brown in second. Payne in third. Terry Phillips drops back farther now in fourth, with Joey Jensen in the 5th place, and Vanderbeek battle alongside the 33Z to crack back into the top 5.
This is 90, right?
90, yeah. Coming this time, race fans, to lap number 90. 10 laps now to go.
And Lon, don't look now. Don't look now, Lon, but Chris Brown has figured out a way to gain momentum, and he's reeled in the Reaper with less than 10 laps to go. It's going to be a showdown.
Yeah, it ain't over. Chris Brown keeps working on the wheel, sawing, trying to get that momentum off of turn 4. We watch the drive. This 19 car gets, look at the advantage he pulls down the back straightaway. That's where he is making everything up. Chris Brown drives so deep into turn 3, he's halfway down to Chanute. But again, one thing to get to that rear deck lid, another thing to get around him, and Chris Brown is going to do all he can.
Watch him drive right into that corner. He gets right on the backside. Will he give him the crone horn and move him out of the way? We'll have to wait and see. Just a handful of laps to go, Lon. It's getting exciting as we wind him down.
Should they mix it up? Jeremy Payne, watch it. And now Gustin, again by 4 car lengths, hits his mark each and every time.
Wow.
And now we have lap 94. Chris Brown trying to find something to hook up to, and then Tom Groom.
Lon, this time around, 5 laps to go, 5 laps down, 5 laps to go, 95 laps complete.
95 in the books, great fans, and great cars. Look to this side, our King of America 3 edition here at Humboldt Speedway.
It's a 3-car battle up front with just 4 laps to go. One little slip and it's going to cost you a $10,000 payday. Will the Reaper hang on? Will it be Chris Brown? Will it be Jeremy Payne? Coming around, 3 more laps to go. Lon Elke, bring us home.
Indeed, we're getting ready to come home. $4,000 difference between first and second. And Chris Brown, can he pull the trigger? No, Gustin. Again, back into turn 3. Here he comes. Chris Brown driving off of turn 4. No! Reaper by a car length. Back into turn number 1. Down the back chute. Gustin. 4-car length advantage now as we get ready to bring him to the white flag. Race fans, King of America 3. Ryan Gustin, 1 more lap to go. One more time into turn number 1. He sets the car, the Gressel Racing I-Box Spring Mullins powered hot rod into turn 3. Chris Brown will give it 1 more drive, but your champion for King of America 2013, it is the Reaper Ryan Gustin. Chris Brown finishes 2nd, Jeremy Payne 3rd. You see Terry Phillips, our pole sitter 4th. And Zach Vanderbeek, the top 5. Okay, I'm going to hit that one. Vanderbeek, Sharon, Iowa, in a Pro Line Buildings machine. The top 5, and we will see if we can catch up to Chris Brown out of Spring, Texas. Again, the second place finish here today. Donnie and the boys, Jay, put a combination together. And hey, you'll Lone Star machine, Chris.
Third place finisher here tonight, Jeremy Payne. Jeremy, just about where you started, where you finished, but man, still a great run.
Yeah, it was a little tight there early on. Just kind of set up for the longer end of the race, but I was good on the long green, you know, but got up to second at one point and kind of challenged Ryan there on the restart, but he was just good tonight and kind of got shoveled back on one of them late restarts, so we ended up third.
Looked like pretty rough. There was a rough spot down low and one up high, especially down here in 3 and 4. Kind of hard to get through there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, other than that, though, the track was in perfect shape. You know, with the rain this morning, you couldn't ask for anything better than this. A couple holes, that's nothing, you know, for the amount of rain we got. So they did a great job tonight.
I guess you'll take this one for you this year, but of course, come back next year and try it again and maybe pull this thing off. I mean, close, man. Third is pretty close.
Yeah, we were pretty close there. The top 3 were pretty tight there at the end. I don't know, the top 5 may have been, but yeah, we got to try again next year.
Congratulations on a good run tonight, Jeremy, and like I say, next year, man.
All right, thank you.
Got the second place finisher here tonight for the King of America 3 at Humboldt Speedway, Chris Brown. Chris, man, a good run, and boy, you almost pulled it off right there at the end.
Yeah, man, we threw a haymaker and just kind of came up a little short, but you know, hats off to the 19 crew. I know they work as hard as anybody, and you know, I'm happy for my crew and all of my sponsors to come out here and to have a good run like this in such a big event.
It looked like the car was really set up well. You were high, you were low. I mean, anywhere on the track you wanted to put it, it looked like you were competitive.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we had a pretty good setup. You know, obviously when you come up second, there's a couple of things you'd like to have changed, but all in all, really good race car, and you know, just can't thank all my sponsors enough.
Definitely a good run, come up from 10th. Man, in this field, that was pretty tough, but of course, a 100-lapper, you had plenty of time to do it. Just pick and choose when you make the move. Of course, the traffic was pretty heavy, too.
Oh yeah, you know, occasionally it played out to our advantage, to where, you know, it kind of messed guys' momentum and we could get by them. But you know, that's part of it, and you know, we'll take it.
Once again, second place finisher Chris Brown. Chris, way to go, man.
All right, thank you.
We got the winner here of the King of America 3, Ryan Gustin. Ryan, first off, let me say that was a very entertaining race. I'm sure it wasn't quite as entertaining for you, but a great run.
I wasn't happier to see that white flag, that's for sure. We had a good car. Can't thank my crew enough. It was awesome. I don't even know what to say right now.
Well, I was sitting up here thinking a little bit about it. You know, we usually talk about, well, you let the big dog out to eat, but I think we might say let the Mullins mutt kind of get out there and do its thing for you, because, man, plenty of horsepower, car was set up right, really a terrific run tonight.
Yeah, we beat our heads against the wall for a long time, trying to figure it out there for a while this week, but we got her dialed in yesterday and just kind of set sail tonight. So.
Well, Chris Brown was giving you some trouble there at the end. I'm pretty sure you knew he was there, because, I mean, man, he was all over you there.
Yeah, I could see him, that's for sure. Can't thank him enough for racing me clean. He could have slid me or done anything like that at any time, so appreciate it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, they almost got a pass on you down there low in turns 3 and 4. Were you kind of worried about that when you got up beside you, or did you know you could get a run off the top?
I knew I had the preferred line, but you never know, that's for sure.
And, boy, I mean, you hit your spot every time, a good run. But once again, the winner here tonight for the King of America 3, Ryan Gustin. Congratulations, King of America.
Thank you.